Welcome back, Leeds United 2, Bournemouth 2, right at the end. Craig, how you feeling, mate?
Deflated.
That's not even the right word. I mean, it's just, you hold on for the 93rd minute, you give away a silly free kick, and then you don't clear the ball. They go and score. They could have scored again straight after as well. I mean, yeah, let's just get straight into it, mate. Their first free kick, again, it was also soft, wasn't it? Needless free kick for Semenyo's goal.
I mean, it was a very soft free kick. In my eyes, anywhere else on the pitch, that's not a free kick. It's just, but the referee bought it, and and I don't know what Aaronson's doing laying down there. Like, he's not even in the middle of the wall. So it frustrates me, that laying down thing, because if you're gonna have someone laying down, at least lay down in a place where you can block the ball. But it was like curled up in a ball. Like, yeah,
it's even worse what they're calling it these days, a draft excluder.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's daft. But
of all the people to have there as well, Aaronson, I know he likes to be on the floor and stuff, but where he was just like his positioning was so out. And obviously, all Semenyo does is literally curl it round, and it's great power. Darlow was unlucky. I don't think there's much Darlow could do about it, but
yeah, but I mean, I know it's only a split second, but when someone takes free kick, you can generally tell how they're going to shoot. And I don't see what the point in jumping is when it is lining up to shoot with power. The only time to jump really is if he's going to try and place it over the wall, which you can tell when he's lining up to shoot with power. You're not going to jump. But anyway, it is what it is. It was against the run of play, to be fair, I in my opinion, because we had 3 really good chances before that, and it's we should have been 2 or 3-0 up, like within the first 20 minutes. And this is the thing in the Premier League, you've got to take them chances.
Exactly. If you don't take your chances, you're not going to win games. I mean, thing is that where I'm looking at it, I'm seeing it in 2 points. Had we taken a point at the start of the game, we would have been happy with that all day long.
Yeah.
But at the same time, with the way that we played, we should have won that, and then stupidly concede so late on, and it's the second time it's happened now in 3 games. I mean, I stupidly said to you that I'm getting nervous here, and we're going to concede. And I even said it to a mate at work. I was like, I'll take a point now, but if we concede in the 93rd minute, depending on how we played, as to how I'm going to assess it, I'm really down about it. And it was wrong subs to start off with that just deflated all of it. And the starting lineup was brilliant, like full credit. But
yeah, that's the thing. I think the problem is we've got this season is we've got a really good first 11 that can compete, but when you start bringing substitutions on, they're not match sharp. They're not up to speed of the up to the pace of the Premier League, even in that last 5-10 minutes. And it's the depth. Even though we've got quite a good depth, better than depth than last season, it's not quite at the right level yet. And when you start taking those players off that affect games, like Calvert-Lewin, that like Okafor, when they start coming off, I mean, as much as it pains me to say it, it's like even taking off Brendan Aaronson today it affected the game. Because Tanaka is not a right-hand-sided midfielder. He doesn't play as a right winger. He's out of position, and he's getting caught in possession because he's not been playing. He's not had enough minutes. In my opinion, Dan James should have been the person to come on, because when they're pushing high up to try and get an equaliser, it gives them something to think about. What the way that I think is, Dan James is pretty good at hassling in defence. Like, he'll run back and he'll help. Right, yeah. He's got that pace. I know he's not fully fit yet, but for 5 or 10 minutes, I'm sure he could do the job. But the thing about Dan James is, because of the pace he's got, and everyone knows the pace he's got, they're going to be wary of that ball over the top or that ball through the lines. Because there were a point where I think it was Ampadu or it was Bogle that like Aaronson was on the line with defence, and he didn't play the through ball. And I was like, if that were James, that through ball's played, and he's on the end of it. But because it's Aaronson, they didn't play the ball because they know that he's not going to get to it. And these are the little things that I look at and think this is why Dan James would be so effective in a game like this, because they're pushing high, and it's all right going forward to try and get that equaliser, but in the back of your mind you're thinking if you lose the ball you've got Dan James to catch, and it just may relieve a little bit of pressure going forward because they can't do it on that side. Maybe they have to go the other side, and it's just one of those things. But I thought up until the substitutions were made, we were fantastic, and we should have. We deserved the lead. We deserved to win. That's what makes it gutting. I think to lose, not to lose. It feels like a loss, but I think that's what's so gutting about losing that lead at the last minute is because we played so well.
Yeah. The thing is, though, hindsight's a wonderful thing. Like, you could sit here right now saying James comes on. I probably would have put Viol on, stick him in the back and go for a back five. You've got the height advantage. Someone who's actually brilliant in the air and good in the air.
Well,
Yes,
I'd have probably brought him on as well because you don't want to go too defensive, do you? Otherwise, you're just inviting pressure on, which is what we did. We just invited pressure.
I mean, the last 20 minutes, half an hour, they had about 80% of the ball, so it was all them anyway. So regardless of that, it's still had the possession.
Yeah, because there's no outlet.
Yeah, I mean, let's get on to our goals. Obviously, Rodon we haven't even touched upon that. Rodon scores from a corner, which was a beautiful one from Longstaff. I mean, even just before that, he'd done a decent ball in, and then Okafor was unlucky with his shot, but they're lucky he went for another corner. And then it fouled. My mind's gone blank. Obviously, Longstaff then scores the second one, which again was brilliant hold up play from Goodmanson right on the line. Thought he'd lost it. Okafor with a beautiful little pass. Aaronson with the shot, deflected, and then bam, Longstaff, which I've seen a few people saying it's one of those FIFA goals, whatever the hell that means. I'm obviously getting too old for that, but it was an absolute bullet off the post in the back of the net, mate.
Yeah, it was fantastic goal, fantastic finish. You can't take anything away from it. Like, I get what they're saying about it being a FIFA goal, but you can't take away from the finish. You've got to hit it, and wherever it lands, it lands. So
exactly,
it's you can't. It's like he meant to have a shot. He meant to put it on target, and he did. So as far as I'm concerned, he meant to do it. It might have been one for the cameras. It might look better than than what he intended, but it went in. So that's all that matters. But yeah, it was fantastic. And have we found our new set piece taker in Longstaff? Do you reckon?
Definitely. I mean, he can beat the first man. I jokingly said before, and I was like, "Is this actually going to beat the first man?" It did. He went to the back post, and then obviously the second one again. And he was causing troubles from set pieces throughout the game. Corner wise,
all the set pieces were good.
It was just, it's just so annoying that we should be sitting here celebrating a win, 3 points.
That's the thing, and it's even worse when you've got people thinking that Bournemouth should have walked all over us. I mean, the thing about Leeds is I like being the underdog, and the good thing is we know how good Leeds can be on the day, and yeah, it should have been 3 points today, and it's probably his own downfall that we didn't finish the chances that we had because we had big chances. Like, out of the two teams, we were the only team that had clear-cut chances.
Yeah. I mean, things I'm trying to think, can you blame Darlow for either of the goals? Like the first one, free kick. Again, we've already said sloppy free kick to start off with. The positioning of Aaronson on the free kick. Darlow's position, I don't see how you can argue that because no matter what you say, I mean, you could say the same thing for Wolves last week. His positioning was where he should be.
He's not seen that. He's not seen that till last minute anyway. It's come round like underneath the wall and like underneath, like past Aaronson's feet. So it's like he just weren't long enough, and he's seen that last minute. You can't blame him for that, and for the second goal, you can't blame him. But it's two set pieces that could have been avoided, and two very very soft set pieces, to be honest. Because I mean, like I said, the soft fouls.
Yeah. I mean, what did you make of Darlow today? Because he still made some saves today. One with
good, he's solid. Darlow's a solid keeper, and he came for crosses, collected, came for he did what he needed to do. He was tidy. The goals, I can't blame him for. I mean, if anything, you've got to blame the team for giving away those, or the individuals that gave away those free kicks.
Yeah. I'm still in mind how the first one was even given, but what would you if we're talking about Darlow, if we rate him out of 10, what would you rate him?
I'd give him a good 7.5. Because I don't think you were worthy of, like, a 7's just above average, like just above, you like we always say, your starting point 6. So I'd say he's better than a 7. Because apart from the goals, he did well. If we didn't concede today, if we didn't concede those 2 goals, he's put in another fantastic performance, in my opinion.
I'm just going to go for a 7.
Fair enough.
But guys, if you're still at this point, if you're not already subscribing or you haven't please hit the like button, whether or not it's on Spotify, Amazon, YouTube, wherever you're watching, listening to us. Don't forget to subscribe as well, and let us know your thoughts on the player ratings and your player ratings, who your man of the match was. Yeah, I'm just going to go for a 7 for him. What about Bogle, mate? Who was supposedly injured, obviously wasn't, came back in, coped with Semenyo quite well, I thought.
Well, to say I put him down as a danger man for us, and to be the danger man for them to be worried about for us. But what's our left back called again? Truffles. I can't remember, but I thought this.
I think it's like Traffair or something like that.
Oh no, I know what it's really. It's Traffair. I know what it is. I'm just saying this guy that's supposed to be better than Goodmanson. Well, kept quiet by Bogle. I mean, Bogle was fantastic today. Defensively, he had a lot more to do defensively today than normal, and it weren't until maybe second half he got forward a bit more. But again, in his attacking threats always going to be there. He's just so good, and I'm going to give him an 8.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Second most, or joint second most tackles in the game with Truffaut, with 5 tackles. Won 3 corners, which was the most in the game. Couple dribbles of note, obviously good passing with players, link up play again. I think him and Aaronson, as much as people don't like him, their understanding is getting better now, which we will touch upon in a bit with Aaronson. But yeah, I can't fault Bogle at all for his performance today. I thought he was, I think apart from once when he got taken past, he was absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to go for 8 for him. Let's go on to apparently 50 pence head Joe Rodon with a beautiful goal, mate, and a gigantic leap. What did you make of him today?
It was really good today, weren't it? I know you got some. I know you got some stick for putting him in your team, but I mean, I said the same. I'd have Rodon in over their other defenders because it gives you 120% every game. Like he'll walk through walls for you, and today he got his goal, which is fantastic for him. I think that's on his second goal he's got for us, maybe in his career as well.
Yeah.
But apart from that, he nearly got another and then he went. I think 3 chances he had today to score, and
He had four shots. So he had So Roland had 4 shots, 2 on target, 1 was blocked, and 1 was off target. So
he had all the chances, which is he was putting himself about today. So yeah, I'd give him an 8 as well.
I'm going to go 8.5. And for those that don't know what we're talking about, I'd done an X11, combined X11, and I kind of got a little bit rinsed for it, but I'm still sticking by what I said on all of those. So if you haven't seen it, it'll be around somewhere. But yeah, 8.5 because I thought he was good defending as well, like when he had to. Right, Pascal Strauch next, mate. What did you make of him today?
It's frustrating. I'm only going to give him a 7 today. In parts, he were good. He were winning, he won headers and he did some good stuff, but too many wayward passes and like just losing the ball for no reason instead of just playing it simple. Which he does quite a lot sometimes. Yeah, that part of his game let him down today. So just a 7 for me.
Yeah, I mean, he's still got our most accurate passing in the game again, where we pass. You kind of expect it, but yeah, I agree with you on a 7. I think that he could have been stronger in the air for their second goal.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, 7 for him. Right, Goodmanson next, mate. What did you rate him?
I don't know whether to go that high or not, but I'd probably say an 8.5. He were close to being probably one of my man of matches today. He was fantastic again. He's so good, and like I said before, it's just nice to have a solid, good left back that can get forward, and defend, and he's so good at it.
Yeah, I mean, even going forward, like we already touched upon with our second goal, just literally on the line, just keeping it in, harassing the defenders, trying to win it. And he was good going forward, good defensively. Can't fault him at all. Like 4 tackles, 1, just calm. Like he stood up when he had to, and then he pressed when he also had to. 8.5.
Yeah.
I almost went to 9, but
That's how I was gonna give it, and I thought, no, I'm gonna. It's not that high, but 8.5 is good enough.
Right, let's go on to Anton Stach next, mate. What did you think of him today?
See, again, a bit hit and miss, but overall, I thought he was good, and it weren't his. I'm gonna say it's not his best game that he's had, but
No.
I mean, he's been looking at. Cause I look at FOTMob for what they do with ratings on players, and got quite a low rating on there. But I thought that's a bit harsh because I thought he were a lot better than what they give him, and because there were moments like he produced bits of magic sometimes, like that bit of, where he just flicked it over that player's head and then just like brought it down, played Okafor in, and then Okafor ran through 4 players. I thought this deserves a goal. And then it were unlucky not to get finished off, but yeah, he does a lot of the work where he bringing the ball forward and driving forward with it, which he does so well.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's a bit harsh to rate him as low as what I've seen. So I'd probably go to about 7.5 for him. I think it's fair.
I'm going to go 7. Like you say, it's not his best game, obviously, because that was last game, but it's definitely not his worst game for us. And I think you are going to have that with Stach, where in certain games he's going to stand out a lot more than others because it is a team game, whereas you're going to have Longstaff one week that's going to stand out. You're going to have Ampadu stand out, Tanaka, Okafor, whoever stands out a lot more that are going to make these players doesn't seem like they've done as much. I don't think he warrants a 7.5. I might be being really harsh then, but I'm only going to give him a 7.
Fair enough, that's your opinion, but I thought he was better than that because he drove us forward a lot. So
no, that's fair. Right, let's go on to Ethan Ampadu next, mate.
Again, another player that got slated saying that he didn't have a very, very good game by some people online, but I thought it was fantastic. Like,
Yeah.
without Ampadu, we're a completely different side. I heard a statistic, I think halfway through that game, that is it 70% games we've won when he's in the team, and like 42% or something when he's not in the team.
Yeah.
It just brings that leadership to the team, like, you know, that grit, that bite that we need. He is like Leeds United, basically. He is what we stand for, and you know, some of the tackles that he makes, yeah, he sometimes gets stuff wrong, but you forget he's still a young player. He's still a very young player.
25.
He's only just turned 25 though. He's still a young player in terms of what he's doing, and he's just growing into this team. Like it's you know, he's still going to make mistakes. He's not perfect, but I think it's without him, we're just a completely different team, and it brings a lot to us. And I thought it was good today. I thought it were, you know, he's what helps us get forward. He's what helps us fight. I think it all comes through Ampadu, not just what he does on the ball. It's through his, you know, the way that he is, his attitude. Yeah, 7.5 for me, I think.
Yeah, and also the fact that he just gave like Tyler Adams that little elbow in his back is like, yeah.
In fact,
you deserve
I'm gonna change. I'm going for an 8 just for that, because that was my favourite part. One of my favourite parts of the game. That way, just floored him and walked off.
I'm gonna give you 7.5.
I'm giving him an 8 just for that. I forgot about.
Right. I'm just gonna say it now. Man of the match before I even get into this.
Agreed.
Longstaff. Oh my god! It wasn't just the fact that he scored and the assist. It was just his overall play. 7 key passes. I mean, the way that he looks up, controls that midfield, and just clicks with everything.
Yeah,
Just so good.
it for me, it's probably the most important signing we made this summer. And I'm not saying that lightly. For what he brings to the team, whether you think is good or not, for what he brings to the team is it's so much, you know, energy, so much fight, so much, you know, determination. Like when we're, like I say again, like I just said, Ampadu, he's not perfect. He does make mistakes, like now and again, but he'll rectify them. It's how he plays after he's made a mistake. You know, he puts his foot in and he puts his body on the line. It's like having a Rodon and an Ampadu all rolled into one. You know, the way that he plays is just, and he's got that in him. Like today, he's got a goal in him. He's got you know, he's got assist. He's just an all round fantastic player. I can see why Newcastle fans loved him. You know, and he does everything you need him to do.
And he got the most tackles in the game as well with 6.
Yeah, and some fantastic tackles as well. There were like I can't remember what it were on, but a big sliding tackle in the middle of the park where it just
had to get it right. And
yeah. If you get that wrong, it's you know, it's bad. But perfect tackle and brought the ball away. So
there was another lovely piece in the second half when he got past the ball, wasn't even looking, and obviously you know what's around you, and he literally, the guy, you know, their player, former player, is literally right on him, and all he did, he turned and just passed it to his left as he was looking to the right.
Yeah,
like a look past. I'm just thinking, yeah, just you're cool, you're calm, and you collect on the ball.
Yeah,
and
he's very underrated. Very underrated.
I mean, I've said that since we first signed him, that he's an underrated player. And I've always thought he's an underrated player. But when you actually get to watch him for your team week in, week out, you actually realise how good he is.
Yeah, he's going to become a very important player for Leeds, and I think that he's going to be a big part of what we do this season, whether we stay up or not. He's going to be a big part and have a big say in that. And yeah, I mean, I'll say it now. He's probably going to be a contender for like a player's player at season for Leeds.
Yeah, I mean, it's all early days, but I'm just going to go back to what you said at the start of the season. No place is guaranteed. Keeping Tanaka out of the team.
You can see why though. Tanaka come on today and he looks a different player. He don't look the same as what he was last season, and there's a reason why. Longstaff does it all. He's got the experience and he's got the know-how. So Tanaka, players like Tanaka and players like Stack are gonna fall foul of this as well. It's a different league. It's a different pace, different physicality. They've got to get used to it. And I think Stack does it well. He'll get used to it more as time goes on. I think he can adapt more. But I think Tanaka's got quite a bit of way to get used to how physical it is.
Yeah, I agree with you. And the reason why I'm going to give him a big 10. I'm just putting out there. Longstaff gets a 10 from me. My man of the match.
I'll give him a 10, yeah, because he was fantastic today. Because, I mean, it's all the set pieces as well. It is, he didn't put a foot wrong.
I know I said last week it takes a lot to give a 10. Obviously, yes, Thatch got a goal and an assist last week. Longstaff got a goal and an assist this week. But I just think it was more to it. It's his defending and just his presence on the pitch. So, yeah, 10 for me. Right, let's go on to another controversial figure who is dividing people. Brendan Aaronson, mate. I'm going to let you hit the floor on this one, mate, because I think we're going to disagree on him again, like we always do.
Well, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I'm just going to give him a 7, and that's for his defensive work.
No.
You give me an argument to tell me why you are any better than any other player.
Most shots on the pitch.
Most shots doing.
Mate, I generally thought that
Dan James has 20 shots a game. So come on.
Yeah, you alluded to it. He's good defending. He weren't too bad in the air today. He held the ball up well. He hassled and.
Where did he hold the ball up well? Every time he got the ball, he lost possession.
Who didn't? There was a time I can't. Well, 84th minute. I can tell you that for a fact. 84th minute, he had it in the corner flag. He held the ball up well, dribbled round, passed it, and then got the ball back, and then did a no-look pass to Bogle, which resulted in a corner. So yes, he held the ball up well. Still, you said, give me.
Yeah, but I'm saying that one move that he did. That one move.
Give me an example of when he done it, and he done it there.
I'm just saying that one move though in 90 odd minutes doesn't warrant him being a fantastic performance from him. He's got.
I didn't say it was fantastic. I thought he was better than what you're saying.
Right. The thing for me is right. Look at this is why people might think I'm harsh on Aaronson, right? But the way that I see Aaronson, he's a £25 million player that we bought for 25 million. That's what they thought he were worth, right? So I don't see a £25 million player. You've got Longstaff, £12 million, right? I'd see them as very similar players. Or like positional wise, very similar. Longstaff is way, way, way in front because defensively and Asselin, is well, but when it comes to the ball, he just slows down attacks. He's not quick enough in his speed of thought of what he's going to do, and which is why he loses possession a lot instead of playing it simple sometimes. Although I will say that when I would rather have kept him on than bringing Tanaka on.
I mean, right. So, 17th minute. Yes, okay. His header was very, very weak. It was straight at the keeper. He then done, whether or not he meant it or not, a beautiful overhead kick to DCL again. Whether or not that was a shot, cross, pass, whichever it was, it still led towards another chance. There was a time in the second half when he done this shimmy that you like to call it, where he created space for himself and managed to get a shot of it. We also won a corner again from it. He was hassling their defenders as well as I thought played a lot better than what you're saying.
It does hassle. Well, FotMob have only put him as 6.9, so...
Yeah, but things though, problem with FotMob and who scored and where you get your actual ratings for that way, are all based on your pass completion, your tackling, if you scored, if you haven't scored, and all of that. They're not watching it with their eyes.
No, but that's what I'm saying. So in Brendan Aronson's case, should he not be higher on his ratings because he does a lot of tackling, and he does a lot of pressing, he does a lot of those hard, dirty jobs. So his stats
But
should be higher.
pressing and all that is not counted because it's like how much is a press. They don't actually count that. I mean, on Who Scored, they've given him a 7, but I'm going to say he was an 8.
See, I don't think he was as good as Bogle. And we've given Bogle an 8, and he was nowhere near as good as Bogle.
I'm saying
Well,
8.
That's your opinion. So.
And this is why I always say football is a matter of opinion. Yeah. It's subject. Everyone sees the game differently. Let us know in the comments who you agree with. Am I right with Aaronson? Is Craig right? What did you give him, a 6?
7.
Or a 7?
7.
I was going to say, for you, that's very, very generous for you.
I'm only critical against him because I want him to be the player that he should be, but I don't see any progression from the day that he first signed. I don't see that he's got that much better. He's got a little bit better, but he's got a little bit better, but he's now how many seasons from that?
I think this game was better than probably most, if not any game from last season. Because yes, okay, fair enough, he scored goals last season, but like you've alluded to, there were a lot of tap-ins for it. Maybe not the Portsmouth game when he came on, dribbled it. He just missed the second chance, but he scored a decent one beforehand. So apart from that, I think this game was better than any game from last season, or at least not 90% of last season's games.
It were all right. Like I said, it were all right today. But what I'm saying is, since the day that he first signed, he's not progressed as a footballer massively. He's not like, I don't think he has. Remember that first game against Chelsea?
Oh yeah, he was fantastic in that game.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I don't think he's changed much since that. He's not a different player. He's not a different type of player. He's not any better at pressing. He's not any better at holding the ball up. He's not any better at doing any of the work that he did in that game. And that game he was fantastic, but he's not any better now than he was back then. He's not.
I'd argue that he's better on the ball. I'd argue he's better on the ball than he was back then. Pressing-wise, he's still probably the same. Quickness, again, probably still the same, but your quickness, it all varies on different things. But the way that he links up play, I would probably say it is better. So for me, I'd say he is better. But again, progression-wise, probably not as much as what people would think.
I'd have expected a footballer of his ability and potential would have been on a higher trajectory than.
No, I get that. I get your argument on it, but I'm still going to stick there.
Well, that's the only reason why I'm critical on him. It's not that I hate the player. I just want him to be better. I want him to do better.
I get what you mean with the value of the player, of how much we paid for him. But that's 3-4 years ago. I'm trying to just ignore that price now. That was under Radrazani and Orta.
But if you, I'm just saying, yeah. If he's as good as what people like, I think some people just overkill with him, like they rate him higher than what he actually is, and they don't want to admit that he's a good footballer. He's not any more than that.
But I think it's the other way around, though. I think people, you included, don't rate him as high as what he is. Now, yes, okay, that may be me trying to put him on a high pedestal, and that's fine. And I know full well I will get a message about that.
Right,
okay. That's not what I'm
answer me this question then. Next season, do you want to keep him?
If we can get better, then I'd rather get better,
why?
Yes.
Why? If he's a fantastic player that you think is so good, why?
Because, yes, we can get better. We can, of course we can. But for what we've got right now, I think he's doing a very good job.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Next season, would you want to get rid of him?
I'd have him on the bench.
Would you want a replacement for Aaronson?
In terms of if he's our starting right winger right now, then yes, I would want better, but I'd still have him in the squad.
That tells me that you don't think he's as good as what you're saying he is, because would you swap Okafor next season?
Probably not. No, that's
Exactly.
irrelevant right
But
now.
this is what I'm saying. He's not as
But
good
no,
as what you're saying he is. And that's my argument is that if you would say you would replace him next season, then deep down you know that he's not as good as what you're trying to say he is, because you won't replace him otherwise. You'd keep him
but
if you think he's going to get better.
if we can get better than say Okafor, then yeah, I would. If we can get better than Bogle, and
Yeah,
I'm a
but
big.
if you can get better,
If
but
we can get better, then yes, I would.
yeah, if you can get better, because you always want to upgrade.
Exactly.
But do you think he's an easy player to replace?
Potentially, yes, I do. That's
Right.
not me saying. That's not
But
me thinking that he's higher than he is.
no, but you're not going to replace like next season. You're going to look at positions, aren't you? And he's going to be one of the positions you look at.
Potentially, depending on what league we're in, yes.
If we stay in Premier League, you're going to be looking at replacing him. You're not going to.
Yes.
You're not going to look at replacing Longstaff because you're going to think he is solid. You're not going to think, oh, we're going to replace Goodmanson because he's solid. He's a good player at this level. That's my argument. If you think you'll replace Aaronson next season, if we stay in Premier League, I rest my case that he's not as good at this level as what you're saying. He has good games. He has good moments. He's not consistently good. That's what I say.
No, I know. No, and I've said about his consistency episode after episode. You know that.
Yeah.
Because I know that he can improve, but he also has inconsistencies like Jack Harrison used to have when he was going for a patch, be really, really good. All of a sudden he'd drop off and be poor for weeks, and then he'd have a few patches. And Aaronson is similar to that.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not as good as Harrison in that sense, but for me, I thought he was really good today. So that's why I'm giving him an 8.
What a shot by Aaronson, by the way, today. He got his first touch back today, didn't he?
Yes. We'll touch upon him in a minute. Let's go on to
Okafor.
Let's move on after this little debacle. Let us know who's right. Obviously, it's me because I know my stuff. So if you just want to say that Mike is correct, then that's fine. Right, Okafor, mate. Just so good to actually have somebody that dribbles past players, whether or not it's 1, 2, 3, or 4, create something out of nothing. I mean, what did you think of him?
He deserved a goal. He deserved more than what he got today. Again, I think he's growing into this league. He knows it's different, and he's got to get up to the level of the pace and the physicality. He said as much himself that he's adapting. But I think once he gets to the point where, I think the reason why he came off quite early today, well, I said quite early, it's far early, isn't it? But the reason why he came off today, I think he had a bit of a knock, or a bit of, maybe playing through a bit of pain or something. So, but yeah, he's going to be a threat. And once he gets up to full fitness, you can see the glimpses that you see like that, where he just dances through players. He's going to be a big threat for us. Which
he will. He'll be the.
I said, didn't I, early on in the game, that once that Jimenez got a yellow card, I said we need to be giving it Okafor to run at him, because there's a chance that he gets sent off then.
Yeah, you did say that. I do agree with you, but for some reason, when people get yellow cards, they never target at people for some reason. But with Okafor, I think he will be the difference maker in us staying up in terms of like his flair, his taking on players, how creativity he can be. Yes, we've got the likes of Statue who could score free kick. We've got Longstaff, who is overall a brilliant player. Your Goodmanson, your Bogles, DCL to an extent. But for me, it's that flair that gets you off your seat and create something out of nothing. Bit like Kevin did for Fulham against us when he came off the bench.
Yeah, he just needs that empowerment, I think. I think that empowerment just needs to. I mean, it's there because we've seen it before. It's just he needs to bring it out, and once he does, I think he'll go through, maybe in about, say, a month or two time, I think he'll go through like a purple patch of just being unstoppable.
Yeah, hopefully. So what would you rate him today, mate?
I'll give him an 8.
Yeah, I'm going to give him the same.
Because I think him and Goodmanson on that left-hand side is just amazing. And when
good understanding.
And when Sky joined in to help them both out. It's that left hand side's always been strong for us, and I think
I just think it's stronger.
it's got stronger. I think this season.
Yeah, that's fine. Right, DCL, so unlucky not to score like any of the shots that he had. I mean, first one across goal, keeper saved it. Second one probably should have scored, but the keeper decent saves, and then he was just unlucky, wasn't he?
Very unlucky. The funny thing is, I mean, it were winning everything in the air. It were a nightmare for their defenders, and he you know, he's going to be another difference maker for us, because to have a player like that when he's fully fit as well, you got to think that these players are not fully fit yet, and they're not up to speed yet, and when they are, we're gonna get even better. And if he stays fit, we've got a quality striker. I read something or heard something the other day that he were on the bench in the Euros final behind Harry Kane.
Yes, he was.
And that's crazy to think that we've got a striker that he were on the England bench as backup to Harry Kane in the last Euros. The funny thing for me is today, a player his quality though should be putting those chances away, and I think once he gets up and running properly, he will put those chances away. Because, like I say, if that were Bamford, he's getting slated, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean,
because
it's his whole
the hold up play, everything's brilliant. The only thing I've got about him today was the finishing, because in that first minute he should have buried that, and that would have probably. I think if we score in that first minute, that would have set us up, because Ellen Road would have gone up, we'd have pushed forward, we'd have had his tails up and we'd have gone for it. But yeah, he's such a good strike, and I don't care that we got him on a free and we took a risk that to keep him fit, because if we do, we've got a fantastic striker on his hands.
Definitely. What would you rate him then?
I'll give him an 8.5.
I'm only going to give him an 8, solely based on the fact that he didn't score anything. But he was unlucky when their two centre halves passed it to each other. He tried putting a foot out, and he was literally inches away from getting the ball, winning it back. And yeah,
But
I'm only going to give him an 8.
He was good at challenging. Just before he came off, when he ran across the pitch and slide tackled that player, it's stuff like that as well. It just gets forgotten about, and we, like I said, we lost a bit of momentum when we brought subs on. So
I'm glad that I was wrong about him. That's all I'm going to say. Is I'm glad I was wrong about him, and he's showing me up. So that's good to hear that I'm not always right. Most of the time I am, just not about him. Anyway, Jack Harrison came on the 67th minute. What would you rate him?
I thought you were tidy. I'll give him a 7.5, but no, it's like a in between.
I'm going to give him a 7.5. A low end 7.5 is
I think
every now and then
7.5 is fair. Because a fantastic shot. It reminded me of that shot he had against Newcastle when he scored in the Bielsa season. But it was good. And his first touch back as well, like that close control that he's got. As whatever you say about Aaronson, whatever you think about him, that part of his game is just unmatched.
I will literally stick this on a hill and still stand by it. He's got one of the best first touches I've ever seen from a Leeds player, in how he controls the ball. First touch, and then even the second one. So it's not like his first touch is good, and the second one goes wayward. His control of the ball is very good.
Yeah, it's just his, like, sometimes he'll get his crosses right, sometimes he doesn't. And
yeah, it's his decision making.
Yeah. He's a bit chaotic at times, but yeah, when he's on, he's pretty tidy player to have in it. And again,
yeah,
he's warming back. I think he's warming the crowd, but warming back to the crowd.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 7.5 as well. Right, Tanaka. Hey, wow. gave away the free kick for the goal. Whether or not it was sloppy or not, I haven't actually watched it back yet. What did you make of him for the 5 minutes he was on, 5-10 minutes he was on?
I'm only going to give him probably. It's horrible because I love Tanaka, but I'm going to have to just give him a 5. It were very chaotic. It weren't Tanaka that we know, if that makes sense. It was very chaotic. Give the ball away a lot. It looked like he were out of his depth at times with it. And like I said, the free kick that he gave away, it was a simple pass. He just had to pass it, or just get it away. And he didn't. And he lost the ball, and then he tried to win it back. And I mean, at first I thought I didn't see where the free kick had come from, because I actually thought he got fouled, and then Ampadu came running through with it. He took the ball away and came running through. So I thought, why has the referee pulled this back for it? And then I was surprised that they got the free kick. But yeah, it's. I'm sorry, I'm just got to give him a 5.
Yeah, I as harsh as it is, I agree with you. I'm not even going to rate Mecha, or would you rate him at all?
I don't think he barely touched the ball, did he? I don't think when
he had 2 touches of the ball, that was it. And made 1 pass out of 1. That's it. So yeah, no, I'm not going to rate him.
No.
I mean, worst thing is though, when you have a free kick, it's like, do you make a sub? It's the same with corners and stuff. And it's like, okay, fair enough. DCL's absolutely ran his legs off here, but when would you have made it anyway? Like, they could have still scored from it.
The thing for me is though that at that stage of the game, with minutes left, like there's literally minutes left, and you're winning and you're defending, just keep the team as it is. The players that are on the pitch, they're all warmed up. They're all knowing what's going off in the game. They all know like the patterns of play. They know, they know how the opposition are playing. So just keep them on the pitch for that. I'm sure you can get an extra minute out of them. Don't change it up and bring. I know you're just bringing fresh legs on and trying to freshen it up and what have you, but it was a downfall today.
Yeah, well, like I always say, you win some, you lose some. Luckily, we didn't lose, so we're still unbeaten at home in over a year. Still feels like a defeat, I'm not going to lie, but like I said, give me a point at the start of the game, I'd have snapped your hands off for it. But we move on to Spurs next week. So, Craig, let's have a quick score prediction, maybe, if you want to give one now or not.
I want to say 1-0. I think we're going to do it next week. I think we're going to dig it. I think we'll give a performance out, and we'll snatch a 1-0 win.
Fair play. You're a lot more optimistic than me.
You're never optimistic, though.
Normally I am. I
need
just
some
recently,
positivity in my life. You killed
me
today, so I need positivity. I'm going for 1-0.
Yeah. I jinxed it by saying that we're going to concede, and we did. And I think my optimism has gone with Leeds. So, especially this season.
I'm not. The thing is, though, why? Why is your optimism gone?
I don't know.
We're what, 11th in the table with 8 points.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm absolutely thrilled we've got 8 points after 5 games, especially who we've played.
And
2 Champions League sides.
And the only game that we've actually lost and got outplayed and lost is Arsenal.
Oh yeah, no, I know, and I am absolutely thrilled with how we played.
Yeah.
I even said when we played Fulham that overall, yes, we've lost and it was unfortunate, but I'm still pleased with how we played.
Yeah, exactly. And today
I am pleased with how we played.
And today we played well, and we could have come away with 3. We can compete, is what I'm saying. We can compete with these teams, and that to me gives me optimism, because my optimism is we finish above relegation, regardless of what position it is. We finish above relegation, and all my optimism is we get enough points to do that, and I think we will.
I was all thinking, yes, I'm going to absolutely praise our line here with how we were defended, especially when they put a ball over and we cleared it, and then all of a sudden it comes undone, and I'm just thinking, there. But it is what it is. We've got a point. We're still unbeaten at home, obviously. It's a good point. We will leave it there. So please, if you haven't already, let us know. Leave a comment in the section below, or Spotify, Amazon, wherever, and we will leave it there. Craig, thanks for joining, and guys, thanks for listening. Leeds.
Leeds.